that he was showing some kind of solidarity, or he was in solidarity with me. But in fact, the people who were hearing his telephone calls as he sat there were telling me that he was talking with Matiang'i and the rest to keep me out of Kenya. This traitor has betrayed many, many, many people. It's all about his stomach. So when I saw him with the PS for Interior, Omolo, in Zanzibar, and then in Angola, I knew something was up. Because the question I asked myself, when did PS Omolo become PS for Foreign Affairs to be taking Raila around East Africa to campaign for his candidatures for AUC? Why was Raila doing this in the midst of people mourning the dead who had been brutalized by Ruto? Why was he doing this when bodies, not all bodies, had been recovered? When people who had been tortured were still, some of them, still in hospitals? When Ruto had not expressed any empathy and sympathy and had not condoled with families of those who had lost loved ones? Why was he doing this when Ruto had not even acknowledged that the deaths had been by police bullets? He blamed criminals, quote unquote, and he purported that the protesters were criminals and alleged that the protesters went to parliament and approached the armory in parliament to take weapons. The question is, until Ruto mentioned the armory, I didn't even know there was an armory in parliament. And if I did not know, and many of the people that I spoke with did not know, how the hell did he think that the Gen Zs who were just born the other day were aware that there was an armory in parliament and that they wanted to seize the weapons? Was any of the protesters caught with any weapon? The answer is no. Did they arrest anybody? And they have actually arrested and abducted a lot of people. Whom have they charged with breaking into the armory? Can anybody actually break into an armory barehanded? Who was guarding the armory? How many weapons went missing? He has not tabled this kind of information before us, but he's blaming the protesters. He said the protesters are the ones who shot at each other. So now he's saying the Gen Zs and the millennials who were protesting peacefully took guns from parliament and shot at each other. We had a sniper that was stationed at parliament buildings and who was purportedly hired by the speaker or maybe even Ruto himself, who killed many people. Has he been arrested? Was he actually a protester? The answer is no. We have evidence of a police officer who shot randomly wearing plainclothes and shot randomly into the crowd and killed people. And his name has been circulated. People know where he was stationed. Has he been arrested? No. We have other officers, including retired ones, who are currently seconded to the government in civilian, holding AK-47s, shooting at the crowds. Have these people been arraigned in court? No. Then we have many bodies, including Denzel Omondi, whose body was floating in a quarry after being abducted by the police. Have any of these people been apprehended and charged?